You're watching Capital Connection from the Illinois State Capitol.
Welcome back. Now, we spent today's show talking about the upcoming election and the importance of the choices on it, but we also have another important choice coming up here in Springfield, the choice for who will be the next first citizen of Springfield. Joining us now is one of the men that's helping lead this effort in town. It's Pat Phelan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So I know that this is kind of taking a little bit of a different approach this year to First Citizen, or a shake-up on the organization a little bit, but applications are open now. How do people go about nominating, people they may know in their lives that are deserving?
It's so easy. We have a website, firstcitizenaward.org. There's a nomination button. It's pretty easy. Go fill it out. Find somebody in your life that you know does good works. Not necessarily the person who was paid to do it. We're not trying to honor the best executive director of an organization. We want the volunteer. We want the person who just does things, who helps raise money for their church or their school or their community in general. People that are just out there trying to help others. And
with this, that application you're talking about, how long do they have? How long, you mentioned they're looking for the volunteer. What is the ideal circumstance for this? Do they have to live in Springfield, or is it Sangamon County? What are the parameters here?
Yeah, we call it Greater Springfield area. Would prefer probably to be Sangamon County, but there's really no restriction on that. Applications are open today through October 15th. Very easy to apply. We just want to put the word out. This program started in 1963. It was part of the Copley newspaper. At the time, there were two papers here in town, and they decided to honor the citizens of Springfield who do great work. And the first honoree was a lady by the name of Harriet Knudsen, and she was part of the Lincoln Memorial Garden. She stood that thing up. Last year, we had Patricia Benanni, who's been the spine and the bones and the soul of St. Martin de Porres. Year before that, we had Evelyn Brandt Thomas, who, happy birthday, Evelyn, just turned 101 just in the last month. She's given her adult life to helping organizations in her community. And before that was Catherine Harris, who has spent decades with civil rights organizations and historical preservation initiatives. So, and the list goes on and on. We could sit here and talk your entire show about the people that have been on this list, the people that have been nominated, the people that have won. And really it's inspiring. It's not just about them and what they've done. Hopefully it inspires the rest of us to do more. When you see some of these nominations come through and you see what these people have done, you look at yourself and go, I could do more. And that's what this is all about. It's not just to honor those that have done great work, it's to inspire others.
So there's some interesting parts of the application pool that I know that'll continue on going forward. If you apply to have somebody selected this year and they don't get that first citizen, they're still in that application pool down the road. How is that going to work, and why did you feel like that was an important change to be making to this process?
Well, in the past, it was an annual nomination. And if you nominated somebody and they didn't get it, you had to nominate them again. And really, we found there was a fatigue factor that came into play there. After the second or the third time, maybe people stopped nominating their friends or their family members. It was just maybe too gruesome to see somebody up for an award and not get it. So we're going to leave these nominations in the pool, if you will, for a 5-year period. Doesn't mean that people can't continue to add to it. You might nominate somebody and then tell your friends next year, hey, we need 5 more people to nominate someone, and let's just keep filling the bucket. But the nominations will stay alive for 5 years.
And what is the selection process? I know is in November, correct? Is that?
Yeah, the nominations will end October 15th. We already have a date picked, October 30th, for the committee to get together and select the winner. And then it's just reviewing all the nominations. And it's grueling because there really shouldn't be one winner. There should be 10. But we have to get it down to 1. And that's a process of the committee to decide who's the best, who's the first citizen.
And what does that look like once the selection is made? What does that look like for the person who wins, and how does that proceed?
Well, over the years it's kind of changed the format. Early on it was kind of a mystery. I can remember the first one I attended was at the Renaissance, and there had to be 400 or 500 people. And the winner, and I happen to know it because the winner was a customer of mine, a lady by the name of Ethel Gingold, God rest her soul. She was we coerced a friend of hers to bring her to the event. She had no idea. She had no idea she was nominated. She had no idea that she won. In recent years, there's been a publication of the 5 nominees, the 5 that were selected, and then one of them was going to be revealed at the event. We're trying to get back to the surprise factor. May not be able to pull it off. We hope so. If you win, you may not go unless they say, well, you've won, you better show up. But we're hoping that the family or friends or coworkers of this individual will nominate, keep it quiet, and then help us figure out how to get that person to the event.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be throwing my name into the ring.
Well, you don't get to throw your name in. Now, they might throw your name in.
Yeah, my director might come around and throw it in. I don't know if they like me enough to do that, but we'll see. But Pat, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today.
Absolutely. Remember, firstcitizenaward.org.
Got it. All right. That will do it for us on this week's episode of Capital Connection. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week. For Capital Connection, I'm Cole Hank.